Is a free jog ni walja, stu dag mo chri krodja. Chart du in jach an wash, tri chart lor mo chri.
Most Irish people don't live in Ireland. They immigrated across the sea in times of hunger and poverty, missing the homeland they left behind. There in the American wilderness, they sang ballads and songs of yearning, dispelling the fear of the future and the unknown by gathering, drinking, and merry music making. I heard this historical insight, together with other tales and legends, by the fireplace at a local pub in the town of Westport in Western Ireland. Every evening, 7 days a week, the locals meet with a Guinness in hand. Musical instruments they bring from home, playing, singing, and laughing into the night. The Irish connection to their homeland is enviable, yet totally understandable when you tour the enchanted island, sensing the atmosphere, which feels like it was taken right out of a fairy tale. Between green fields and Atlantic waves crashing on the shore, picturesque castles and colorful houses. Dublin is the capital city of the Republic of Ireland, a busy gateway into the flourishing country. Of course, we recommend dedicating a few days to beautiful Dublin and visiting its famous sites, such as Trinity College, the Temple Bar, and the Guinness Brewery. But we shall talk of Dublin another time. This time, we will present the western, wilder part of Ireland. There you will find the authentic Ireland, with its everlasting green views, the picturesque towns, and the cliffs dipping into the waters of the Atlantic Ocean. A few years ago, the Irish Ministry of Tourism decided to connect all the sites of the western part by one long road called the Wild Atlantic Way. The road stretches across the western coast of Ireland. So where exactly do you come across these views? Which are the recommended pubs? And what to do when it rains? We will now recommend a week-long tour of the Atlantic trip of Ireland, which doesn't cover everything, but definitely puts you in the mood. The best way to travel in Western Ireland is by car, which makes it possible to get to all the interesting sites. Driving in Ireland is on the left side, which means that everything we are used to in a car, the steering wheel, the gear, and even the radio, are all on the opposite side. But do not fear, you'll be surprised how quickly our brain adapts to the change. Drive carefully, keep to the left, check the mirrors, and everything will be fine. The roads of the Wild Atlantic Way are especially narrow, so take into account that travel between destinations that look close on the map might take longer than usual. Along the narrow roads, you may run into an adventurous sheep, and the margins are narrow to non-existent. So drive carefully. Just don't forget to veer left when a car comes across from you. The tour of Western Ireland should begin in Killarney, the capital of County Kerry, the gateway to the Ring of Kerry, a circular road that goes around the Iveragh Peninsula, concentrating all the beauty that Ireland has to offer. Bays, lakes, green hills, sheep, picturesque towns, and lots of seascapes. Killarney is located at the entrance to a beautiful national park with waterfall and traditional houses. However, Killarney is also a focal point due to its many pubs and the live music played there every evening, although some of it is meant specifically for tourists. But hey, we're tourists too, so we're allowed to enjoy it. After a day or two in Killarney, it's time for the real thing, soaking up the authentic atmosphere of Western Ireland with a little less tourists around, and a lot more green and virginal views of the Dingle Peninsula, located north of the Ring of Kerry. You can view the calm waters of the bay from the village of Dingle and walk between the shops in the colorful fishing town. The small town boasts no less than 20 traditional Irish pubs, where during the peak season, live folk music is played every night. Even if you come off season, you can still find a few pubs that play authentic traditional Irish music in the winter. In Dingle, you will also come across Gaelic speakers, the second official language of Ireland. A 15-minute drive from there, you will reach Slayhead, which is the westernmost point in Ireland and all of Europe. You can climb up the green hills and gaze at the dramatic location where the Star Wars film was shot. Try to imagine the camp established by the shooting crews at the site, and all the equipment the production assistants carried down the steep slope. Rain is not a rare event in Ireland, and Dingle also offers solutions for the rainy days. For example, a visit to the biggest aquarium in the area, or a visit to the local whiskey distillery, where you'll be told how whiskey, vodka, and gin are produced.
Dingle Distillery is a great place to visit if you experience some rain on the peninsula. It's always warm and very welcoming. Here at the distillery we don't only produce Irish whiskey, we also have award-winning Dingle gin, and we also distill Dingle vodka as well. It's a great place to come and visit. We're always guarantee a warm welcome, and we'll give you a dram of good Irish whiskey when you come.
From Dingle, you can set out on boat tours of the area, and there are bicycling and many hiking routes in the area. After 2 days in Dingle, drive north to Ireland's most famous destination, the Cliffs of Moher. The drive from Dingle to the Cliffs of Moher takes just over 3 hours, but the views along the way are gorgeous. The Cliffs of Moher are without a doubt an experience that is indescribable. You just have to stand there and feel the great height at which land breaks and turns into the great waters of the Atlantic. On site, there is a large visitor center, restaurants, and souvenir shops. The site is wheelchair and pram accessible, and although site entrance is free, you have to pay €8 for parking. We recommend walking along the cliffs and finding quiet corners where you can just stand and admire the force of nature. An important note about the Cliffs of Moher that is relevant for all of Ireland as well. Take into account that the weather may not take your precisely timed schedule into account and may not be very welcoming. So it is important to be flexible and prepared for anything, since it may be that precisely when you get there, thick fog will ruin the experience. But the next morning everything will be so clear that you'll be sorry you didn't give it a chance. Try to take your time, like the Irish, who have all the time in the world, and give nature the time it needs. From the Cliffs of Moher, we continue north to our final destination, this time around, the Connemara region, a wild area filled with lakes and adventurous sheep. The gateway to the Connemara region is the city of Galway, the second largest city in Ireland. However, we recommend continuing north for a short while and settling in the most pleasant town in Ireland, Westport.
Westport was voted a number of years ago as the best place to stay in Ireland, and it is definitely a fantastic town to visit. For families, if you base yourself here in Westport town, you can abandon the car. You can get the access to the Great Western Greenway, which will give you cycle hire. Westport House is located nearby also, which has a pirate park, which is great for families. Here at the Wyatt Hotel, we're very lucky as we are located town centre. We have 90 bedrooms, some which have just opened new this year. So we have superior bedrooms and also deluxe bedrooms. The swimming pool is just located around the corner from us as well, which is free for our residents. That's the Westport Leisure Park. Matt Malloy's bar is located also just around the corner from the hotel here. Everything is nearby. He is a member of the Chieftain Group, which would be a famous Irish band, and he is the flautist within the group. And he has a pub just located around the corner which has music every evening. So great base, great for couples and great for families. We would love to see you here.
In addition to everything Westport has to offer, we recommend also visiting Cowmore Abbey, which is located half an hour's drive from the town, where you can soak in the atmosphere of the rich and famous of the 19th century. Ireland is not a regular vacation destination. It is not a destination for fun in the sun, and it doesn't have important museums or great shopping malls. But it has a magical atmosphere and welcoming people that will undoubtedly raise a smile of joy to your lips, making you fall in love with it and wanting to return there again and again. Ireland is sometimes a state of mind, an abstract term that inspires longing, just like the Irish immigrants felt along the years. It is without a doubt a destination that goes straight to your soul. There's nothing like Matt Malloy's Pub in Westport, to sign off your tour of Western Ireland and drink to the next times you visit.